Let's see how well this thing flies. Okay, it's got whiplash engines, okay. These don't work. Those other ones don't work. Yeah, this is a pretty bad plane. Control of it is like nothing. Control of it is like not even noticeable. It's bad. Control is garbage. Man. Is there an action group to disable them? No, there isn't. Shut down and shut down. Let's see how well it flies just with this thing, with the AeroSpike. Come on, man, let's see how well it can fly. Doesn't seem too bad, actually. Doesn't seem not too shabby. This actually looks like a not bad plane. I mean, it's obviously horrible because everything I make is much better, but like, you know, it's not bad. And if I use RCS thrusters, yeah, it's not too bad actually. Holy crap. Okay, I think AeroSpike engines seem to be actually pretty good. So I have an idea. What if we make an SSTO out of only AeroSpikes? What if we do that? And I actually landed it. That's... Come on, man! Really? I mean, I landed it. I can still fly because the AeroSpike's still there, but... Really? I need to try and make an AeroSpike SSTO. Because that'll be really interesting to see if it'll work even. Yeah. I think we got a mission in our hands, boys. I think we got a mission in our hands. AeroSpike SSTO it is.
Борис, let's go. Start your box on 4-wheel. In rayon I'm making deal. Face your box on 4-wheel. Not this bias back on heel. Back on heel. Run on vodka, never slow. Russian motor never blow. Shaking hard, western spy. I not quit but still they try. I not quit but still they try. Western spy, I must fear. When I switch a second gear. Silent night, no one around. My tail tracks is all the fun. Tail tracks is all the fun. All the fun. Don't the body strive away. Мы летя из зоны злой. Мы ладана и зингер файт. Let's go пиздец, long way to drive. Опа! Авто вас. Ладно. Авто вас. Моя машина! Это класс! On the highway still gear 5. Thinking God I'm still alive. Мы летя из cracking down. To AeroSpake SSTO are in town. Not 3 days, still no rest. Where I'm going east or west.
Okay. So as you can see here, I strapped like what? A lot, 6 AeroSpike engines into this craft. And this is because of just the thrust it needs to get into orbit. And I am taking a pretty steep ascent here, angle of attack, because this is an AeroSpike engine and like it doesn't need air breathing, so it doesn't need to accelerate. It's already a max thrust, unlike all those normal SSTO engines that are air breathing, meaning that it's not efficient at all because it's an AeroSpike and it's not air breathing, but it instantly goes into its max throttle, meaning I can go straight up like a rocket, which is kind of a priority. And plus I need to do that to save a lot of fuel because this thing also has like 3,500 of like 3,500 delta V units in it, and that's like that's barely enough to circularize, at least on my skill level. And I still managed to do it in a pretty actually decent orbit. And as you can see here, I'm setting up the maneuver node and angling my ship towards it. We're already up almost above the carbon life of the Kerbal. So there's that. I deploy the solar panels for some extra power supply, but that's really not really needed because I already have 2 RTGs on board. These saw on the speed build. If you didn't, then okay. And we're approaching the burn, the circularization burn. And in 5 seconds, the circularization burn starts. And here it is. And here we are. We're getting to it. Come on, just a bit. And here we go. The run is done, maneuver node deleted, and we are in a perfect circular orbit. Now that we're in an orbit, we can deploy the little probe that we put for like evidence that it actually like flew. I would provide the craft download if I knew how to, so if anybody knows how to, then tell me in the comment section. And as you can see here, I'm taking Jebediah for a little spacewalk to deploy the arms of the, deploy the arms / little doors of the Science Junior unit, as you can see there, and to actually do a pretty nice thumbnail shot, pic, whatever. I thought it turned out pretty good. His sideways was, you could see him on the ship there, but the way he was like sideways, like here, well, I thought that was kind of neat. But the ship was kind of far, so I don't know. I'll probably use it anyways because that's the only shot I took. And as you can see here, I'm going right back into the cabin. And yeah. Now that everything's deployed, we can close bay doors, which is what I'll do in a second right here. And we can wait for the moment so we can decircularize and land back at the KSP runway, because that's always looks cool, I guess. No specific purpose for it except then looks cool. You can see I have another space station around. This is my sandbox save, so I have another space station in a higher orbit, so I really don't need that little probe, but oh well. I just decided to put some science things on it to make it look cool. As you can see, I'm setting up the maneuver node for decircularizing. And here's a little cut where I kind of messed up the circular. This happened because I messed up the decircularization, might I add. And I just kind of blew up on re-entry. So yeah, this is the actual final thing that I did. So here the actual SSTO goes back and returns. And so as you can see here, I'm filling up the very front Mark II tank, fuel tank with all the liquid fuel and oxidizer that's left. And that is purely because the aircraft is still really stable once it's in the atmosphere, but since so many AeroSpikes are behind, I still wanted just to be 100% sure that I'm safe. And yeah, I just put all the fuel forward so the center of mass goes forward instead of all the way back. And as you can see here, we're evened out, and it's up to time now to let us slow down. As you can see here, I have those brakes, those air brakes. I really didn't use them a single time except for the landing, but that was just for the purpose. And here, Jeb and Bill look actually pretty happy about like 27 billion Gs they're experiencing on re-entry and the plasma that is around their cockpit. So as you can see here, I said that it's pretty stable. It's really stable. As you can see, it's stabilizing right now, but the atmosphere is too thin for it to like be flying at this point. So it's still like really unstable. But below 10 kilometers, this flies extremely well. As you can see, I'm fast forwarding here. And once it gets to 8 kilometers, just look at this. Just perfect gliding. Oh yeah, and this whole thing was sped up 2 times the footage, just to make the video like livably, like you can live through it, which I think it's fine. I know it's kind of short, the mission's kind of small, but oh well. I mean, an AeroSpike challenge is still pretty hard. And correction, I actually have 8 AeroSpikes on my ship, not 6, like I said before. So there's that. And as you can see here, I am throttling up the main engines just a little bit to give us the final push to get to the KSP runway. And we are on the final stretch, gliding towards the KSP runway. One more push, and this is going to be the final, I'm pretty sure. Yep, this is certainly the final push of the engines. And here we are going to deploy the what's it called? Landing gear. And the front landing gear wasn't going to deploy at first, because if you saw the corner in the message in the upper left hand corner, because it was stout for some reason, so I just opened the cargo bay and it worked. And yeah, and as you can see here, the landing was kind of sloppy, but we stopped really fast, and it was on the KSP runway. You see here, here I just tried turning around, didn't work, so I just stopped. And here I'm just taking Bill and Jeb out for a walk, and yeah, I don't know what happened there, but that happened. So I'm taking them out to stand on the ship. And yeah, for the final shot of the video, this is it. Bill and Jeb make it back safely, back to the KSP.
Run that video like a track, run that video like a track, give me that pack and I might pack that. She got a fatty, I might pack that. Give me your addy, we pulling it to your pattern, we gon' put it to red, quick clap. I run that bit like a boy with a salon, and she's on my dick and I fell on her. I got that pack in the box and 7 line, and open it up and then seal it up. I'm from the street and I feel like sesame. All of these 30 mind sex me. When they flip it, I know the recipe. Remember me, your nigga was sleeping and now you texting me. She ride my dick like a skateboard. I get a bob, I don't date horse. I give her Sunday, she might beat though. I got my twist lit.